Hello class, is the AV working? Hello folks, now today we will be doing a current affairs session. We will be discussing polity and governance. The topics for the day that we will be discussing is Uttarakhand's proposal for green cess on outstation vehicles, legal metrology packaged commodities amendment rules 2025, and is the Dogri language losing resonance in India? We will also be discussing about Kerala's reversal policy regarding your PM Shri schools, and last is Indi and Puliyankudi lines. Okay, so this is the topics that we will be discussing. Now, first topic is Uttarakhand's proposed green cess on outstation vehicles. See, to understand this, let me just explain it to you with this backdrop. Uttarakhand is in your fragile Himalayan ecosystem. The environment there is more like very sensitive, fragile, unique compared to your mainland. Yes, now in this case what happens means, they are in order to, with our international obligations and also national determined let's say contributions, where we are speaking about a clean Himalaya, a green Himalaya. At the same point of time, see, if we don't take care of our respective place and its let's say fragile ecosystem, the state will now, for example, what Delhi is facing now, where we are telling Delhi is choking because of pollution, the particulate matter is increasing. So the same thing will happen to all the other states. But at the same point of time, should it mean like we should shut down our borders, not let anyone come inside? That will affect our state's tourism. So how can we try to tackle the issue of trying to reduce the particulate matter, reduce the pollutants, at the same point of time increase our state tourism, but more of do it in a mindful, sustained manner? Or you have to bring in the concept of the polluter pays. Understanding who is polluting, then they have to pay, right? On that concept is where your Uttarakhand has proposed a green cess. Green cess means additional tax will be collected, okay, for a specific purpose. As of now, keep that in mind. Government of Uttarakhand has planned to introduce green cess tax on the vehicles which are coming into Uttarakhand. Now, which vehicles? Vehicles which are registered outside of your Uttarakhand. Okay. Why are they collecting this additional tax? To combat vehicle pollution, to promote green infrastructure, and also enhance air quality, and look at the keyword, ecologically fragile Himalayan regions. Understanding? Online class, it is audible, right? Now if they do this, let's say they will bring about this green cess concept. Now, how much do you think they may collect? One approximate estimate if seen, they will be able to collect 100 crores in a year, and this funds will be managed by Uttarakhand Pollution Control Board. Understanding? So this is the objective of your Uttarakhand's green cess. And here, as of now, if you see with regarding to how many tourists are coming, okay, 5 crore tourists from the span of 2022 to 2024 have visited this state, and also this has led to increased amount of your PM 2.5 and PM 10. It is in the starting stage. If we just leave it like that, it will become another Delhi. I'm not telling Uttarakhand is going to become another Delhi, but it is an important aspect for every state to consider, including Delhi, as to how do we reduce PM 2.5 and PM 10. Particulate matter 2.5 and particulate matter 10, which are very deadly, because first thing is they reduce your life productivity. Second, they increases the chance of death. Understanding? This is leading to huge amount of, because of the increased tourists, it is leading to huge amount of dust, pollution, congestion, and also within Uttarakhand itself there is constant pressure of urbanization, road widening projects. Alongside they have other things such as your Char Dham project, that is your pilgrimage tourism. So because of that there is a large influx of people, and if we have to curb, see, no one is telling to halt development for environment. Both has to go side by side. For that to happen means, see, we have to be aligned with India's net zero policy by 2070 and National Clean Air Program targets. So this green cess is one good way in trying to promote this if implemented well. What happens if not implemented well? It will be just another way to get the economy in and do nothing about the environment. Understanding? So what are the key features of this green cess? All vehicles which are registered outside of Uttarakhand, for them it will be applicable. The principle is the polluter will pay, so that the environmental cost can be bared by them. Approximately 100 crores of money will be coming in, and it will be administered by your Uttarakhand Pollution Control Bureau, which comes under State Environment Department. So they will use this for green infrastructure such as urban forest, EV charging stations, green corridors, promoting more of electric vehicles. And environmental rationale, if you see what is the logic behind such a thing, this taxation will be used to curb pollution and in order to make sure that the situation will not go out of the control. And there is also, with regarding to tourism linked stress that they are having, is high vehicle influx, especially your diesel vehicles are coming from your Delhi, NCR, UP and Haryana region, that they want to also curb. If you see, is Uttarakhand the very first state to bring up with concepts like this in India? No, there are already other states which are doing similar things. For example, Delhi NCR, they have something called as environment compensation charge, which is imposed on, and also to curb your old diesel trucks, which has improved significantly the air quality index. Next, Himachal Pradesh also puts a green fee on the tourist towns. This has been used in trying to deal with your parking management, waste management, solid waste management, because tourists are more, a lot of littering, waste, etc. will be there, no? So it is used for that. Goa has put entry tax on out-of-state vehicles in order to support your coastal development. Ladakh has also put eco tax on tourists and vehicles for glacier conservation. Again, your Himalayan states. Sikkim has put sustainable tourism fee in order to maintain the trekking routes and forests. If you see, India already this is existing. Now if we see from global level, are there other countries also doing this? London also has something called as congestion charge, which tries to cut your pollutants, nitrous dioxide, and also it has encouraged your electric vehicles. And Singapore, because of it bringing about electronic road pricing, this has increased the electronic vehicles to a very large extent, the investment with regarding to that. And Norway has also brought about your carbon dioxide based vehicle tax, again which increased the electronic vehicles. And Sweden has brought in carbon tax since 1991, where they are trying to shift from fossil fuels to your renewable or clean or alternative energy. Bhutan has brought in sustainable development fee with regarding to, again, development, tourism, so which in order to try for the conservation, fund mobilization, all those. So if you see the legal background, Environment Protection Act of 1986 or State Finance Bill can be used to bring such a cess. In this case, Uttarakhand green cess. Here transport department alongside your collection through your FASTag is enabled, and your fund monitoring and also fund collecting for all these will be your Uttarakhand Pollution Control Bureau. What are the other national policies that we have under the same frameworks, if you see? Is your FAME schemes, that is in order for trying to enhance your electric vehicles, and your National Green Tribunal directives, National Clean Energy Fund in order to increase your green spending model. International commitments are to your Paris Agreement, Glasgow Pact in order to internalize carbon pricing, and also SDG 11 speaks about sustainable cities, SDG 13 speaks about climate action, and SDG 15 speaks about life on land. Okay, so we'll have a possible prelims question from this topic. I will read out the option. You tell me the answer. With reference to proposed green cess by the government of Uttarakhand, consider the following statements. The green cess will be levied on all vehicles registered within Uttarakhand. Is this statement correct? Is this correct? Wrong. Not within Uttarakhand, outside Uttarakhand. The cess is intended to internalize environmental cost based on polluter pays principle. This is correct. The revenue collected will be managed by Uttarakhand Pollution Control Board. This statement is correct. The proposal aligns with India's targets under National Clean Air Program. This statement is also correct. So, which means 1 is wrong, 2, 3 and 4 are correct. Okay, this is the next topic we will be discussing. Legal metrologically packaged commodities amendment rules. Write this down. See, first and foremost, let me tell you this. Legal metrology means what? Think of it as let's take it this way. You want to buy soap. Now that soap, it will tell, okay, it is some 50 rupees. Now if that soap is 50 rupees, it will also tell how much is the standard weight. Let's say it is 50 grams. In that it should be maintained it is 50 gram and it is 50 rupees. So when we say law of measurement, it is coming from uniformly 50 gram means everywhere it should be 50 gram only. Delhi pe 50 gram should be the same 50 gram in Tamil Nadu also. So in order to maintain a proper and uniform measurement, we have something called as legal metrology. Now when we say with regarding to anything packaged stuffs, right, then that comes under measurements. The issue now comes is when it is with respect to your medical appliances which are packaged or medical devices which are packaged. Let's say something like your syringes, BP monitors and your stents, thermometers. Now should they also be coming under your law of measurements or medical devices? Constantly there was a conflict as to whether they should follow this or this. There was lot of ambiguity. Now with this amendment, they have told only the consumer goods will come under your legal metrology packaged rules. That is the changes that they have brought in, which means it reduces the ambiguity. Okay. So who has did this? Department of Consumer Affairs has notified the legal metrology about your amendment rules of 2025, wherein the amendment harmonizes legal metrology rules 2011 with medical devices rules of 2017. I told you, even if you are packing some medical equipment devices, that was coming under this. Understanding? So these people are the ones who are telling how the medical device should be, but these people are the ones who are telling how it should be packaged. Lot of ambiguity. Now all the medical devices, these people will take care and these people will do for the consumer products. Okay, this brings a clear or clarity in labeling for consumer protection in your medical devices. Okay, so what is the Legal Metrology Act of 2009? If you see, first and foremost, it regulates your standards of weights, measures and packaging declarations, which means what, anything from your biscuits to chocolates to cakes to your soaps, anything that is used by a consumer and something that comes in packaged form will all be done by a Legal Metrology Act. That same thing was also about your medical devices, because that is also coming in packaged devices. This was the ambiguity that was there. Now, when they brought this Legal Metrology Rules of 2011, they told that it is mandatory, that is, they had a clear set of rules. If I am going to sell any particular product, then that have to have a mandatory labeling and packaging norms, which means, let's see, in here, all the things are written on this. The things that are written on this now had to follow this Legal Metrology Rules of 2011. Which was further creating more ambiguity. Understanding? Now with this amendment, they have told no. It will come under Medical Devices Rules of 2017. Meaning what? This particular Medical Devices Rules has been the one that tries to provide a framework for the quality, standard and also labeling, all of this for medical devices are provided under Drugs and Cosmetics Act of 1940. Understanding? So because of this overlap and mandatory compliance provision, it was difficult, and also it was coming under dual regulation. Because of dual regulation, what will happen? Your ease of doing business will reduce. If your ease of doing business reduces, then the companies will find it hard to come and invest in India. Yes or no? That goes against or aside from our Make in India products and also from our Atmanirbhar Bharat. So this will bring in a regulatory alignment where each one will be in their respective arena and cut down dual regulation. Meaning, for packages containing medical devices rules 2017 will prevail over legal metrology rules. Understanding? So legal metrology rules will be the one that will looking after into your consumer products. Okay, and this will be for all your medical products. Font size, dimensions, etc. for all the medical devices will now be functional and following under medical devices rules only. And this does not mean that they have to make principal display panel is not mandatory, which means whatever the provisions which were told by your legal metrology is now not applicable on these devices. So this brings in uniform compliance. Everyone everywhere has to now just follow medical devices rules of 2017 if it is for medical devices. Understanding? So with this, what is the broader framework we see with respect to consumer affairs and rights? Consumer Protection Act 2019, which promotes fair trade practices. National Medical Device Policy of 2023, which focuses on quality assurance, and also Digital India and e-marketplace. This simplifies. Okay, first thing about your Digital India or e-marketplace is you should be able to trace it, and also you should be able to bring in digital labeling. It should be easier. That is the first most thing, and also convenience, while at the same point of time adhering to the standards. Okay. Now we will see a possible question from this particular topic. With reference to Legal Metrology Packaged Commodities Amendment Rules of 2025, consider the following statements. As usual, I will read out the statements. You tell me what is the answer. The amendment gives overriding effect to the Medical Devices Rules 2017 for labeling and font size requirement on medical device packages. Look at this. This amendment, Legal Metrology Amendment Rules, gives overriding effect to medical devices rules. Yes or no? On what devices? In generally, if you just tell it is overriding on this, it is wrong. on medical devices packages. So if you have to do a medical device package, will this rule be applicable, that is legal metrology rule, or your medical devices rule? Medical devices rule. So this statement is correct. Next, declaration on the principal display panel under legal metrology rules are mandatory for all packaged medical devices. The first thing this amendment told is not mandatory. Understanding? So this is a wrong statement. Clear? Next, the amendment aims to promote regularity, clarity and reduce compliance burden on manufacturers, because why? It was having dual regulations. This statement is correct. So the correct answers are 1 and 3 only. The next topic that we will be discussing is the Dogri language losing resonance in India? Or what is it about the Dogri language that we are telling that it is endangering the language or the dialect? First and foremost, in a report which was published in 2024 by UNESCO, it was told that there are a lot of endangered languages or endangered dialects. In that, India is topping the list. Okay? And this Dogri language, what we are speaking about, is mainly spoken in your Jammu region, alongside your region of your Punjab, your northern Pakistan, okay, Himachal, in these areas. This is facing a rapid decline. Okay, this is facing a rapid decline, and also for the fact that this is a recognized language under 8th schedule. Okay, and also this was added through an amendment in your 92nd Constitution Amendment in 2003. And this is also an official language of Jammu. How is that an official language of Jammu being on the verge of a decline? But here when we tell official language of Jammu and Kashmir, it also has other status with respect to your Kashmiri, Urdu, right? So this is one of them. This has been made official, one of the official languages since your Official Languages Act of 2020. One important thing you do have to see is, let's say in the past 50 years, India has lost over 220 languages. So the burden of losing out is very higher without protection and also preservation and passing down. Understanding? Now look at this. See, your Dogri language is coming from your more of your Western Pahari subgroup. It's an Indo-Aryan language, where and all it's spoken Jammu, parts of Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, northern Pakistan, right? Constitutional recognition for Dogri language came in 2003 through your 92nd Amendment, and also through Official Languages Act of Jammu and Kashmir. Urdu, Hindi, Kashmiri, Dogri, English, all of these are coming under your official languages. Okay. Alongside this, your UNESCO has classified that there is a thing called as vulnerable languages, which means because of lack of transmission. Vulnerable languages. Let's take this up. See, there was a small survey conducted wherein they did random surveys, not just one stretch of line ka people. Okay, randomly they called a couple of people. They found out that the elders who were 60 years and above, they were speaking fluent Dogri. Whereas the youngsters or youth who are below 30 years, they understood the language, but they did not speak the language publicly, or they did not use it in any education. Understanding? So you do not use it in education, you do not speak it publicly. So how is it getting transmitted from one language to other language? Now in older times it was used through your folk music, your dance, drama, but in here that is also reducing. So what are the issues we find with respect to linguistic extension? Means First and foremost, globalization and migration. See, youth have this, and also you cannot blame them that if you have to get employable opportunities, then you have to either speak like nationalistic language or an internationalistic language. So youth prefer more of your Hindi or English. Understanding? Youth prefer more of Hindi or English rather than your, have a seat, Hindi or English over other languages. And also cultural assimilation, that is, there is a decline in your Dogri language, songs, folklore, etc. We get the flow from the next. Then another important reason for why a Dogri language is being vulnerable is because of the digital neglect, which means there is limited digital content, social media presence, and also e-learning resources that we are finding with respect to Dogri language, and digital literacy or coding tools, that is the translations which can be available in Dogri language, is also reduced. So based on the survey, above 60 years olds were speaking fluent Dogri. Your youth who is below 30 years, they understood it, but very rarely they are using it in the public podium. So what is the issues with respect to a Dogri language? First thing, this was added into the 8th schedule only after 2003, after your languages like Konkani, which was added in 1993 and all. Official recognition was given, but they did not bring it in educational or administration. And also there is poor funding, they are not putting it in any compulsory language. In Jammu and Kashmir also, if you see, there are only more like not followed throughout in a uniform manner. And it is not still in a phase wherein they have kept it like, yes, this particular language needs immediate attention, so we have to address the issues. We see socio-economic dimension, means Hindi or English are considered as, this language is important, if I learn this I will be able to get employment or education. And also because of out migration, people from other languages also come in mix and this language gets gone. And also the local content being available in the let's say Dogri language is also considerably reduced, because your mainstream media like your Bollywood and your English OTT platforms, they are increasing. So young people are becoming more of bilingual, and they are to an extent we can tell abandoning Dogri. The oral traditions of passing on the language has also reduced. So this leads the status of Dogri to an endangered language. And linguistic diversity index, which means that if you find any two people at random, the possibility that they both speak very different mother tongue is higher. So that in India is 0.93, that is linguistic diversity index, which indicates that we speak a diverse language. So if you see with regarding to the constitutional framework for protection of language, we have Article 29, which speaks about cultural and linguistic rights of minorities. Article 350A, this and all we can consider it more like your 350A and 351 as DPSPs outside of Part 4 of the Constitution. 350A is to provide instruction to the mother tongue at your primary stage. This is the same thing that your NEP 2020 also speaks about. Okay, provision of instruction, medium of instruction to be in mother tongue up until your primary classes. And it is the duty of union, this is Article 351, to promote Hindi without harming other languages. Okay, then we also have Central Institute for Indian Languages, which is more about researching protection and preservation of languages. And we also have SPPEL, which is Scheme for Protection and Preservation of Endangered Languages. They will document all the things about a particular language, and they will also start as more of research on let's say a collaboration between the academic scholars. Next, what are the challenges which is very specific to your Dogri language? If we see, they are not included in school curriculum, hardly they are kept as just few optionals. And administrative use is not there. People are not using that language, despite in 2020 it was given official status. And also declining anything with respect to literacy, journalism, okay, civil society or community led initiatives are very less in your Dogri language. Now like this, there were other languages also which was facing the risk of endangerment. They have all been able to reverse that scenario because of suitable strategies. What is that? Example is in Northeast India, Bodo language was also vulnerable. That point of time, in 8th schedule it was added. They maintained that you have to bring your textbooks in Bodo language, and they started cultural bodies in order to promote the Bodo language. So now there is a successful revival of Bodo language. Next, in South India, Tudu language. Okay, that was also at the endangerment, where a lot of digital and social media campaigns were launched as to hashtag Tulu official language, which has also significantly gained awareness about Tulu language. Next, now the Jammu ka Dogri language has got only constitutional recognition, but yet it does not have any educational or let's say media recognition. The decline is continuing until and unless an act is taken upon to revive the language. We'll see a possible question from this topic. With reference to Dogri language, consider the following statements. It belongs to Indo-Aryan family. Under Western Pahari subgroup, this is correct. It was included in the 8th schedule by the Constitution of 92nd Amendment by the Act of 2003. This is also correct. Dogri is the official language of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. This is also correct. It is primarily spoken in Kashmir Valley and Ladakh region. No, it's largely in your Jammu and not just here. It is also focused in somewhere. So 1, 2 and 3 only. Next topic is Kerala reverses its policy to implement the PM Shri schools. Want to write down this? Just the heading is fine. Done? So first and foremost, PM Shri schools was started as part of your NEP, National Education Policy of 2020. Initially, many states such as your Punjab, West Bengal and all, they told they will not join your PM Shri schools because they have their own things that they want to adhere to. Your states like Kerala and Tamil Nadu also initially did not want to join. But then they've decided, now Kerala has decided, initially when PM Shri scheme came in, Kerala told we will not join. Okay, we will not join means, see, first and foremost, your PM Shri scheme means, what is it means? You're trying to create a model school. Based on that, other schools will take example and create a better version of their schools. It is modeled on the lines of your Jawahar Navodaya schools, Kendriya Vidyalaya schools and all. One of the objective about PM Shri schools is smart boards, green classrooms, and also teaching the children about sustainability. No, not only for high school level. The concept, whatever they are speaking about PM Shri school, it is coming from the very beginning itself. Now what happened is, initially Kerala had told no. Now why is Kerala suddenly agreeing that it will be also considering or signing a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with the center to create PM Shri schools in Kerala? See, first and foremost, for states which have rejected to join or shown a hesitance to join PM Shri schools, your center has stopped giving funds to those states under Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. Now, because of that, what happens? There is a huge strain in the states because of no money. Kerala ke liye almost they had to give over the years pay 1150 crores for education center had to give. It didn't give because Kerala is not signing for PM Shri schools. Finally, Kerala told, okay, we will consider signing MOU for PM Shri schools, but we will still maintain our educational autonomy through your Kerala school curriculum. That is, Kerala has one of the highest literary index. So we want to maintain that continuity. This does not mean that completely we will be like your PM Shri or NEP 2020. We will continue our autonomy, but at the same point of time, we will also take in your PM Shri schools. Okay. So initially Kerala refused to sign an MOU, but now they have agreed to sign it. Your PM Shri scheme, on that we will see what are the highlights. It was launched in 2022. What is the objective? To upgrade 14,500 schools into model schools under your NEP 2020, and this will go on up to your 2027. One of the main things is the maintenance of these PM Shri schools lies with their respective states and union territories. If you see, your PM Shri school is a centrally sponsored scheme, which means center will pay 60% of the funding, states will pay 40% of the funding. Now if it is a union territory or your northeastern states, in that case center will pay 90%. This is for your northeastern states. Center will pay 90%, 10% states will pay. This is for your normal states. Next, for the union territories, the funding for it 100% center only will pay. Okay, this is the funding pattern. Done? That is up until 2027 center also will support, but after the scheme ends, then completely states and union territory only should look after. What are the key features of PM Shri schools? They will be having smart classrooms, they will also be having Attil tinkering labs, and they will have green initiatives such as your solar panels, waste management, water conservation, and they will also have competency based learning over rote learning. Rote learning means just by heart mug up something, write it in exam, you get marks, that is. But competency based learning means understand what it is. Next is inclusive and experiential learning, which means in your NEP 2020 it speaks about a multidisciplinary learning approach. That is the same thing that they try to bring in your PM Shri also. Shall we move ahead? Now, to make sure whether the school is functioning on the quality basis, is it adhering to the standards that has been told, that is followed by your school quality assessment framework, which is the one that is developed by your National Institution of Education, Planning and Administration. And what it will do means it will keep on monitoring the quality of education, and it will also keep making sure how the performance is. Done? Understanding? Now, why did Kerala agree? Because Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan ka funds have been withheld, and also states education has been constrained because as of now they have to give more than 1,125 odd crores. And despite that, Kerala has told, even though if I have signed it, doesn't mean I am going to give away my autonomy. I am still going to be handling my version of Kerala school curriculum. So, a possible question from this. With reference to PM Shri school scheme, consider the following statements. It is fully centrally funded scheme applicable to all states and union territories. False. Why? It is not fully centrally funded. It is partly centrally funded. States pay 60%. Northeastern states, your Jammu Kashmir, there and all 90%. Only in union territories it is 100% funded. So this statement is wrong. Okay. Next is, this scheme aims to upgrade selected existing schools to serve as model institution for implementing NEP 2020. Correct. Yes, tell me. Yes, 14,000 odd schools. Existing schools, not creating new schools from scratch. Schools are selected through challenge model using UDISC plus data benchmarks. Yes, that is how they are doing. Through this only they are going to sign MOUs. that is Memorandum of Understanding. So this is correct. Kerala and Punjab were the first states to sign the MOU for participation in the scheme. No, they were the first one to reject it. Initially they rejected it, then they agreed to sign it. So the correct statement is only 2 and 3. Next, last topic is Indi and Puliyankudi limes. Done? So why is this come into news means recently your APIDA or Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority had facilitated first ever air shipment, that is through air one particular product was shipped for the very first time. What is that product means? Your Indi lime from Karnataka and Puliyankudi lime from Tamil Nadu. This both received GI recognition. Okay. This was sent to United Kingdom. Yes. So that is why this topic has come into discussion. First and foremost, we will see about APIDA, Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. This is established under your 1985 Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority Act. It is coming under Ministry of Commerce. Now, what is the role of your APIDA? Means first thing, it will promote the export of the foods that is made in India, or like for example processed food means with the limes, whatever I told, this Puliyankudi limes or these things, Indi limes, they are nothing but your limes, lemon ka versions will come, no? Wherein that you can make pickles and all, that is also coming under processed foods. So, this particular body is going to keep on making sure that your GI products, organic products, which will have a demand in other countries when sold there, that will be an advantage for the people also. So that is the work it is doing. So if you see about Indi lime of Karnataka, this Indi lime, okay, this is a variant of lime, okay, a lemon if it is full red in color, lime if it is green in color, right? So it is grown mainly in your Vijaypura district. This Vijaypura district pe Indi lime which is grown contributes to more than half of Pura Karnataka ka lime production. In Pura India, if you see, Karnataka stands in the 4th position in lime production. Okay, and this particular lime, Indi lime, received the GI tag. Okay, and this is the second lime to ever receive GI tagging after your Assam lime. That is why this is important. Okay, what is the speciality of Indi lime means? It is high juice, it will give a lot of juice and it will give a zesty aroma, and it has a culinary and also medicinal usage. See, largely if you see, people are suffering with a lot of vitamin C deficiencies and all. So these things will be able to cure those in a larger extent. So if this happens, then the Karnataka ka farmers increase will be there, and also your Karnataka ka traditional crop ka growing also will increase. Yes or no? When something is beneficial, then only we will grow it. Then next is Puliyankudi lime. This is one variant from Tamil Nadu. This is cultivated especially in Tenkasi district in your Puliyankudi and Kadayam areas. That is why Puliyankudi lime. Okay, the name of the lime is Puliyankudi lime. This got GI tag in April 2025. This has a very thin peel, high juice content, and also it has a strong citrus flavor. Alongside, it fights your vitamin C deficiency because it is high in vitamin C. Okay, and this is also renowned for its nutritional richness. And one more additional thing is, it can adapt to your different climatic conditions. No, it cannot grow anywhere, because when I told agroclimatic adaptation means as of now, if you have to go bring it in places, it will adapt, but no one has yet tried it in a larger scale to see whether it will sustain, right? So, India's GI export drive, if you see, as of now, India has over 430 GI products, which is having agricultural, handicraft as well as food items. The objective of this, if you see, is to increase India's soft power. How? If you say particular regions in India has a good amount of branding. Now let's say yoga is a soft power. India means yoga, yoga means India. That is what international community feels. Whether we follow that or not, but at least they get that perception. So this will increase our soft power. Apida's GI tagged export. Recently, what are the, let's say, the GI tag product that it has also exported, if you see? Banganpalli mango from Andhra Pradesh, and Shahi Litchi from Bihar, and your Valakulam pineapple from Kerala, and your Nendran banana from Tamil Nadu, and Alfonso mango from Maharashtra. These are the other GI tag products it has already been doing. The new addition is the lime ones. This was to your UK. If you see other schemes which are also trying to promote for your GI tags, I will be sharing this. It is one district, one product, which means one district by one product has to be promoted based on the regional uniqueness of what it grows there. Agri-export policy, which is more of export oriented, value addition. Now limes are there, means make it pickled or dried lemons and send. Those also will have value additions. And then next is National Mission on Horticulture. This has also brought in about your post-harvest management. See, just because growing fruits and vegetables or flowers is not important, how will you do it in cold storage and send it to them? That is also important. That is what your National Mission on Horticulture speaks about. Next, vocal for local initiative to make sure that the local products are used first domestically and then they are also brought about to international attention. One possible question from this particular topic. With reference to Indi lime and Puliyankudi lime, recently in news, consider the following statements. Both varieties have been granted GI tags. Correct. The Indi lime is cultivated primarily in Tamil Nadu, where Puliyankudi lime is grown in Karnataka. Because it is reverse. Puliyankudi Tamil Nadu, Indi lime Karnataka. Apida facilitates their first ever export shipment to United Kingdom in 2025 for your Indi lime and Puliyankudi lime. Yes. They facilitated the first ever export and that to United Kingdom in 2025. So, see here when we are telling facilitate a first ever export shipment means from my country I am shipping it to your country, doesn't mean through ship. I am taking my things and shipping it to you. It can be either through airlines, through your ship, through your vehicles, doesn't matter. Shipping means you don't have to consider shipment means it will go only through your air.
Previously they have exported our things like through ships or anything.
Yes.
So they mentioned
First time they have shipped Indi lime and Puliyankudi lime. Apida facilitated their means whose? Indi lime and Puliyankudi lime. You thought this is the first time they ever sent. No. This is the first time they sent their Indian lime and your Puliyankudi lime. Both varieties are recognized for high juice content and unique regional characteristics. Correct. So the correct answer is 1, 3, 4. Okay. This concludes today's current affair topics. Any doubts so far? Online class, any doubts so far? Then we'll end the session.